The Iron Kingdoms is a fantasy setting where we have taken a number of traditional fantasy archetypes and kind of put our own spin on them. And we've set it within a backdrop of a region that is caught up in warfare and that is on the verge of an industrial revolution.
Anybody that plays War Machine will immediately recognize the Iron Kingdoms. The games take place in the same setting, but what the Iron Kingdoms role-playing game does is it kind of lets you sort of take a behind-the-scenes look at all the inner workings of the cities and the ruins and that kind of thing. So you can really delve into the background of the setting as opposed to being on the forefront of sort of the major conflicts.
Well, one of the real strengths of our setting is that it's a really complex and diverse setting. There's a bunch of different cultures, but there's also a variety of types of adventure that you could explore. I think a lot more types of adventure than are usually afforded by your typical fantasy role-playing games.
The Iron Kingdoms is such a wide and richly developed world that there is no limit as far as what people can do and where they can go and what they can experience.
The rules system for the role-playing game will definitely be familiar to War Machine and Hordes players. A lot of the stats are similar. There is a life spiral for characters similar to the life spiral for War Beasts and Hordes. The combat system also has a number of similarities. It is a 2d6 system plus the stat of the character, and so this is something that will enable players to really jump in from War Machine and Hordes to the role-playing game very directly and quickly.
The first book in the Iron Kingdoms RPG is where we lay the foundation. It's the book that everyone needs to be able to jump in and explore this rich setting. So it includes the core rules, the basic character classes. It also has rules for GMs, a kind of an overview of all the different nations, the cosmology of the Iron Kingdoms, the different equipment that you can find for your adventuring needs. So it's the start.
The second book really dives into the details of the core Iron Kingdoms. So this includes Signar, Khador, the Protectorate of Menoth, Ord, and Lael. The third book really dives into the wilds of Immoren. So this will give players the option to play warlocks. It has lots of war beast information and details. Also the wilder nations of hordes. These are things that really come to life in that third book. The next book covers some of the nations we haven't talked about yet, which are the ancient empire of the Scorn, the Crixian forces, the Dwarves of Rule, and the Elves of Ios.
Over the last 10 years, we spent a lot of time developing and refining our knowledge of the setting and working on a lot of additional details that now we can pour into this new role-playing game to give players a much deeper understanding of our setting than they've ever had before.
Really, I think the reason anybody's going to want to play the RPG is the fact that it is such a relatable and diverse and in-depth setting. It provides a new system in which to explore and a really unique and individualistic world that players haven't had a chance to really been exposed to or seen outside of the Iron Kingdoms themselves.
The setting is so rich and so well defined and has so many opportunities for different types and different play styles that I think really anybody that enjoys RPGs or any of the other Iron Kingdoms war games like War Machine and Hordes are really gonna enjoy this product.